Fujifilm occupies a unique and enduring place in the mirrorless camera world, distinguished not just as a manufacturer of imaging devices but as a brand with a strong, clearly articulated philosophy. When photographers think of Fujifilm, certain images come to mind almost instantly: elegantly crafted cameras with retro styling, solid metal construction, and physical dials that click with satisfying precision. There's a tactile pleasure in handling these cameras that goes beyond mere functionality. Coupled with a color science rooted deeply in decades of film heritage, Fujifilm has created a user experience that appeals to both the technical and the emotional sides of photography. It is this philosophy, cultivated over years, that gives every new Fujifilm release its weight, making it more than a product launch. It becomes a moment to anticipate, dissect, and discuss. The Fujifilm X-Pro6, the latest iteration of the X-Pro series, is no exception. Even before its formal introduction, it has already generated a wave of interest, driven by the series' history and the promise of meaningful upgrades. The X-Pro line has never sought to compete by chasing the same metrics as the mainstream mirrorless market. While other manufacturers often focus on headline features, burst speeds, autofocus benchmarks, high-resolution video, the X-Pro cameras have charted a more considered path. Their emphasis has always been on craftsmanship, on thoughtful design, and on a shooting experience inspired by classic rangefinder cameras. With the X-Pro6, Fujifilm appears to continue this approach, but the launch also raises critical questions for potential buyers. Does this camera justify the excitement surrounding it? Can it offer tangible advantages for photographers and hybrid shooters in an era when mirrorless systems have become more advanced and capable than ever? Or is it primarily a nostalgic object, a beautifully engineered piece of equipment aimed at emotion rather than practical utility? In a market where autofocus systems, frame rates, codecs, and low-light performance are evolving rapidly, any premium camera must demonstrate clear and measurable value. The Fujifilm X-Pro6, therefore, cannot rely solely on its heritage or design language. It must deliver a comprehensive experience that balances image quality, usability, durability, and long-term satisfaction. To fully understand the X-Pro6, it is essential to appreciate the legacy of the X-Pro series itself. The original X-Pro1 played a pivotal role in establishing Fujifilm's modern mirrorless identity. At a time when mirrorless cameras were still emerging and trying to define themselves, Fujifilm introduced a camera that combined advanced digital imaging with the spirit and character of classic film cameras. The series was never intended to dominate mass-market sales. Instead, it appealed to a specific audience, photographers who valued a slower, more deliberate approach, one that emphasized careful composition, attention to light, and active engagement with the scene. Over successive generations, through the X-Pro2 and X-Pro3, Fujifilm refined this vision. Each model incorporated improvements in image quality, autofocus, ergonomics, and user interface, but always within the same philosophical framework. The X-Pro series has often been unafraid to take bold design risks, even if they divided opinion. The X-Pro3's hidden rear screen, for example, encouraged photographers to trust their instincts rather than constantly reviewing images. This approach exemplifies the X-Pro philosophy, a camera that prioritizes the process of photography as much as the output. The X-Pro6 continues this tradition, signaling that Fujifilm remains committed to crafting cameras that reward thoughtful engagement. However, it is also a camera that must demonstrate relevance in a modern context. Unlike the early X-Pro models, today's photographers expect more than aesthetic and emotional appeal. They demand practical performance. Autofocus systems, low-light sensitivity, video capabilities, and connectivity are all part of the standard toolkit for hybrid shooters. The X-Pro6 must therefore balance Fujifilm's traditional design philosophy with contemporary expectations. Its value proposition extends beyond looks. It must perform reliably in real-world scenarios, whether that means navigating the streets for street photography, traveling light for documentary work, or capturing candid moments in unpredictable conditions. Design and build quality have always been central to the X-Pro experience, and the X-Pro6 is expected to uphold this standard. The series is renowned for its physical presence. These cameras feel substantial without being cumbersome, their weight and materials conveying a sense of purpose and durability. Controls are tactile and intentionally placed, minimizing the need to dive into menus during critical moments. For photographers who value the physical interaction between hand and camera, these details matter immensely. They shape the photographer's relationship with the tool, creating a sense of rhythm and familiarity that fosters intuitive shooting. The X-Pro6 is widely anticipated to feature a robust metal alloy body, extensive weather sealing, and a refined control layout that enhances usability while maintaining continuity with previous models. These elements are not superficial, they directly impact the confidence a photographer can have when relying on the camera under demanding conditions. Perhaps the most iconic feature of the X-Pro series remains its hybrid viewfinder. This system allows users to switch seamlessly between an optical rangefinder-style view and a high-resolution electronic viewfinder, offering a flexibility and immersion that few cameras can match. For many photographers, the hybrid viewfinder alone is a compelling reason to choose an X-Pro camera. It supports both traditional composition techniques and modern digital advantages, reflecting Fujifilm's commitment to bridging past and present. The X-Pro6 is expected to refine the system further, improving clarity, refresh rates, and accuracy, enhancing both street photography and longer-focused assignments. Image quality is, naturally, another core pillar of the X-Pro6's appeal. Fujifilm's APS-C sensors have long been praised for their balanced performance, providing an excellent combination of resolution, dynamic range, and noise handling. Beyond technical performance, however, Fujifilm differentiates itself through its color science. The company's film simulation modes are integrated deeply into the camera's operation, offering results that evoke classic analog film. These simulations allow photographers to produce compelling, characterful images straight out of the camera, often reducing the need for extensive post-processing. If the X-Pro6 introduces further refinements to these simulations or adds new creative options, it could significantly enhance its appeal. For photographers prioritizing still photography and consistent, aesthetically pleasing results, the quality and versatility of these film simulations cannot be overstated. They contribute as much to the experience as sensor performance or lens quality. Autofocus remains an area of focus for the X-Pro6. While the X-Pro line has never aimed to compete with high-speed sports or wildlife cameras, today's users still demand responsiveness and reliability. Street photographers, travel shooters, and portrait photographers need autofocus systems capable of handling diverse lighting conditions, unpredictable subjects, and spontaneous moments. Improvements in subject recognition, face and eye detection, and low-light performance would help the X-Pro6 feel contemporary and capable without abandoning the series' core identity. Fujifilm must ensure that the camera delivers confidence in fast-paced shooting environments while maintaining the deliberate, considered workflow that defines the X-Pro line. Ultimately, the Fujifilm X-Pro6 represents the continuation of a deliberate design philosophy that has endured for over a decade. It combines thoughtful ergonomics, robust build quality, a uniquely immersive hybrid viewfinder, and a sensor and color science system designed to produce characterful, high-quality images. It honors its predecessors while modernizing essential features for contemporary shooting. The camera invites photographers to slow down, engage deliberately with their subjects, and embrace a tactile, hands-on approach that is increasingly rare in the modern mirrorless landscape. In doing so, the X-Pro6 not only preserves the legacy of the X-Pro series but also reaffirms Fujifilm's commitment to creating cameras that are as emotionally satisfying to use as they are technically capable. For those who value this philosophy, the X-Pro6 is more than a camera. It is a tool for intentional creation, a bridge between past and present, and a potential companion for years of creative exploration.